We have made an executive decision to no longer compete in an NFA
you have to get
tournament.
fired.
It's actually a shame that you were so bad at your job.
So you'll get fired if you don't get better. NFA, that's chicken shit, and that goes for any association. You have to get better.
Cross us and you get crossed out.
Fuck NFA! Fuck NFA! All right, Boom Nation, back again. It's been some time. It has been some time.
A while.
Since me and Elliot have sat down on this desk with the thousands upon thousands of glimmering trophies behind us to speak to Boom Nation. And we come to you in a very serious, important matter. For us being in the business for 10 years, going on our 10th year.
Wrapping up season 9.
Wrapping up season 9,
with
going
a
to season
10U
10.
natty.
13 national championships, 81
Respect us.
total championships.
Respect us.
This is only half of the trophies. We can't even fit.
The level of respect is different over here. Respect us.
I got trophies in my barn because I can't fit them right here. Over 500 athletes
Respect us.
have earned athletic scholarships through the Boom organization. You know, just perfect timing, a perfect storm with a little expose. And you know this is serious when I start talking French.
I mean,
I could say it's an exposure, but when you say expose, bro,
you gotta let the people know what's going
I'm
on.
not multilingual, so when I start saying
We
other
stop letting the
languages,
people know what's going on. We stop keeping you guys in the loop. We start keeping it to ourselves. We need to keep everybody in the loop of what's going on and to stop the goofy shit.
so much goofy stuff.
There's a lot of goofy shit going on.
And here's what we're
He
starting
gonna say
with.
stuff, I'm gonna say shit. The goofy shit has to stop.
JR goes family friendly now. He saw the light. So we have made an executive decision to no longer compete in an NFA tournament. Now, I don't even know what NFA stands for. No Fun Association,
It should
no foundation, no focus.
It should stand for no fighting allowed. It's no fighting allowed. We have been attacked in maybe 5 to 6 NFA tournaments over the last 5 years.
When you don't feel protected, I mean, on one side you could say, hey, $600, not only do you get 7-on-7 tournament, but you get boxing
Exactly.
tournament. I mean, you could say that. So 2-for-1 deal, BOGOs.
Let us know
could
what
be
we signed up
BOGOing.
for.
I'm all for a BOGO. You know what that stands for?
What?
Buy one, get one, dog.
Buy
One, get one. You buy 7-on-7, you get boxing lessons for free.
Exactly.
But we're not for that because we're only for winning. So when every tournament, some dude, left, right, greasy grandma's getting stomped out, everybody's getting stomped out, you have to start saying enough is enough. There's enough tournaments out there, and it's hard for us. We've been in 6 national championships through NFA, and we've won 4. So this isn't just a team that's, hey, I'm pissed off I'm not winning. I'm pissed off I'm not getting away. You see the trophies.
We've been
done
there.
it.
This is what we do.
So we speak from expertise. So with that said, we are done officially. I don't even know. Boom Nation officially done with NFA because we sick of the goofy stuff. We sick of the
y'all
fighting.
goofy
We're
ass.
sick of the bum ass refs. We're sick of
Bill,
all of it.
Goofy.
I'm sick of
Corey, goofy.
Backyard Billy, aka Goofy, incompetent Corey. I'm sick of everything to do with NFA. We have bent over backwards time and time again because we're for the kids, and now it's time to say enough is enough.
And a lot of you may wonder why we so aggressive right now. They're probably like, hey.
Calm down.
Hey, they like
Oh,
JR Turnt.
hey, this mic is hitting red every single time.
JR Turnt, Elliot Turnt. Why they so turnt? Let them know why we so turnt, man.
All right, so we're just going to rewind it.
We just won.
couple weeks.
We just won a natty.
Just won a natty, and we're still angry about it. So rewind it a couple weeks. All right. Not only is this tournament just not what we signed up for. When you look for a national tournament, you want national competition.
You want to play the best of the best, hands down.
It looked like everybody else is banned NFA as well because nobody showed up. We showed up, okay, because we have been loyal to NFA. This is our 9th year attending their national championship.
There's 3 good 18U teams there.
I mean, they got 50,
4.
18U, 25, 15U, and only 2 people running it. So that's where you went wrong there. Okay? At the end of the tournament, We won in the championship game, but it's double elimination. So we have to find or play this other team again. They take one of our best players out with a legal hit. Did the refs handle it the right way?
Absolutely
No,
not.
because NFA refs don't even know. And usually they're just plucked off the street. When we played in Kentucky, they literally signed a semi-pro team to ref the tournament. They didn't even know what football was. They semi-knew what football was. And here they are trying to control the emotions of a football game as well as enforce the rules. So that's what you get when you sign up with an NFA. So, of course, they let things come out of control. We did not finish the game. Close, but we did not finish, which allowed Unsigned Preps to win. And, of course, when you play Boom, 60,000 followers on Instagram, 40,000 followers on YouTube, 20,000 followers on Twitter. We got the biggest name in the business. Biggest brand.
What do you mean? We're a big deal?
We are kind of a big deal.
We are kind of. So you mean all these trophies are not for nothing? We are a big deal
No,
because
we didn't buy those on trophies.com. We earned every single one of those. So when you do,
So hold on, why are you getting treated this way? If you earned all these trophies,
you would think.
you participated in 6 NFA national championships, and you mean to tell me they're still mistreating the Boom?
And you would think, as an organization, you would know that there's a target on our back. When we show up, there's going to be emotional attachment. If you beat us, you're going to talk crap and celebrate because you want to get on the mixtape. If you lose to us, you're emotionally pissed. You're going to try to fight. That is what's going to happen when you play Boom because of the brand. And you would think if NFA would understand that, they would start protecting us. Do bums need bodyguards?
Absolutely not.
No.
Bums need change.
They need change.
I told you I don't got no change, you fucking bum.
Celebrities, people of authority, they need bodyguards because they need protecting. If you have a big name, a big brand, you have to go above and beyond to protect. Does NFA protect Boom?
They have never.
Take your team and get the hell out of here!
So after the game, Unsigned Preps rushes our sidelines. Our kids were upset as all get out because we expected to win. We're the best 15U, and I say that loud and proud, the best 15U
In the
country.
nation. In the nation.
Meanwhile, on the other side, so you got Unsigned Preps bum asses on one side, you got all their parents on the other side. Our team is cornered. We rush our team to the side. Like I said, we don't do fighting. That's one thing we do not do. We do not do fighting because we prioritize winning. We prioritize winning. 1 winning, 2 winning, 3 winning.
So you're not misconstrued. We do finish fighting.
We finish. If you swing, we're not just going to be a chin for you.
We don't turn the other cheek. I'm sorry.
Can't do it.
Sorry, not sorry.
Not even on a Sunday. Thank you, God. So, listen. We move them to the side. Our 18U players were waiting for a ride. 3 bum asses still wanted to talk crap. They still
Boom.
They go boom,
Boom,
out
bitch.
this. No, they go
Boom.
boom out this.
Right.
Boom out this.
Which is
It wa-
okay. We expect the talk.
Yeah, that's fine. So then one of our players, like, because he's 18, this kid's, well, we know now he's 16. We thought he was 15. We just say to the guy, hey, and this is the 18U kid, take those diapers off before you talk to me, boy. That kid get all butt hurt. He swung on one of our guys.
Got body
He
slam.
got body slammed. He didn't swing back, body slam. And then all their coaches, I mean, they jump on. We're separating the fight. We dissolve the fight. They don't do it. Okay? And there's video evidence. There is footage of all this that we handled it the right way. Okay? Sure enough, and this is the irony of it, we start getting hit up from other coaches after that saying, hey, I just want to let you know there were 16-year-olds that played in that. And I want you to look through their tweets. Unsigned Preps actually wished a kid in June, early June, happy 16th birthday. And then his next tweet was, we're the best 15U in the country.
Exactly.
How does that line up? I mean, I know 7v7,
But
most of you don't have a college
but
education,
how did this
but you
happen?
don't need a college education to
How
know
did this
that.
happen? It happened because Unsigned Preps was chasing clout. They was
needed
chasing
it.
the sponsorship.
They don't have this. After
So-
after they won, what did they tweet out about all the sponsorships? We beat
Yeah,
sponsors.
oh, we beat this team.
Thirsty.
We beat Boom. And
Thirsty.
they tagging everybody.
Thirsty.
Only to bring us to your social media. Only
You're
to get
thirsty for this. Thirsty. They want this so bad. You want this so bad.
Hey,
You don't get it with one win. You don't get it by cheating.
We'll give y'all a pair.
We earned this. Yeah, hey, take that.
We'll give y'all a pair. If y'all want a pair of Adidas, if y'all want some Adidas cleats, just ask.
I know.
Don't fight. Look,
my
we
wife
weren't
would
even
thank
looking.
me.
We was trying to. I was trying to soak in the loss, and all this attention on Twitter is driving me to your page to see that you got 16-year-olds.
We find out that they actually submitted the right dates.
Yeah, so
to
we don't
NFA.
blame Unsigned
So I don't
Preps.
even blame Unsigned Preps. They submitted the right names, and this we're leading to why we're banning NFA. NFA knew that they had 360 and chose to do nothing about it.
They had
I
three
wish I
kids?
was. I wish there wasn't blatant proof.
Oh my God.
We had videos, the tweet of the 16-year-old, all that stuff was sent to incompetent Corey. All of it. And incompetent Corey, like he always does, lifts up the rug, takes a broom, and tries to sweep it over. Okay, and that's not something that we do. Actually, that is the opposite of what we do. We attack everything, and we go for greatness in everything we do. So when this happened, okay, we felt the need to expose the situation. Not the expose that you see right now, but the need to expose the situation because they chose to do nothing about it because they knew they allowed 3 16-year-olds. And there's a big difference between a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that. And I can tell you that by their mustaches. They got a fuzzy mic under their armpits.
And hold on, the kids were saying, Coach, some of those kids' beards and their lineups was crazy.
I thought he just had a bad lining, but I think he was actually balding.
He's older.
I thought he just went to Great Clips and had a white barber. And the guy didn't know how to lie. He might have been 18. Maybe they did lie about it.
Exactly.
So NFA takes a month, chooses to do nothing. And then finally, after us bringing it to the light, all they decide to do is vacate the title and take away the title that our boys earned being the best 15U. 15U. There wasn't a 16U tournament, Turning Machine would verify. There was not. So we were the best 15U team. So for them not to acknowledge that, for
It's
them not
goofy.
to get our back
It's
and not
goofy.
protect us
It's goofy.
at any single moment, we are never protected. They have to understand about our brand. They have to understand that we have a target on our back. They have to understand that every team that beats us or loses to us, they will be emotionally irrational. And they have to understand that, and they have to have our back being the biggest brand in 7-on-7. They've refused to do it.
Hold on, why though? Why?
Incompetent Corey. Backyard Billy. It's goofy.
They think
2 people can't control anything. They're
goofy as
incompetent.
fuck. Some goofy mods.
They're incompetent. They
extremely
cannot
goofy.
control anything. They're not built for this. NFA had everything.
Probably
they had the
2
world.
of the goofiest people that I've ever
When
met
we
in my
first
life.
started, NFA has 7v7, like
Josh
All-State,
Prodokis.
like the All-State logo.
Josh Prodokis.
They had 7v7 the sport in the palm of their hands. Josh was doing a great job. He left. I mean, that's what happens. IMG, they don't care.
So it's not just about the fight. But over 9 years, you haven't progressed.
They have not got better. And they've almost allowed other bum-ass tournament hosts, bum-ass tournaments, other organizations to go far beyond anything they've done. It's actually a shame that you were so bad at your job, you can decline in the way that you did. I mean, that's an embarrassment. You should be embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
Yeah, let me tell you this. This is something that I can't let go. This is something that has eaten away at me for 3 years, and we won the damn national championship in spite of it. That's how egregious, how wrong that situation was. Let me describe it. So we're playing Cam. We're up by 10 points. There's less than 15 seconds left. Cam scores a touchdown, makes his 2-point conversion. We're up by 2 points. There's 7 seconds left. The game's over. We could take 2 snaps without even throwing the ball, take 2 sacks. It's like kneeing the ball out in a regular football game. So that's what we did. But because I knew that NFA's refs had a history of seemingly trying to go against us to help Cam win a national championship, I literally walked up to the line of scrimmage. I put our number 1, our number 5 receiver on the line of scrimmage. I put our number 2, 3, and 4 1 yard off the line of scrimmage. I told them, don't move, don't breathe, don't scratch your nose. And then I told our quarterback, Mark Gronowski, Mark, go ahead, they're ready, snap the ball. Boom, snap, sack. We did the exact same thing the second time on second down with 3 seconds left. I said the exact same things to all the media behind us, behind the center. They heard it. I said the same thing. 1 and 5 on the line, 2, 3, 4 off. Don't move, don't scratch your nose. Mark snapped the ball. Bang, we win. We're celebrating. We were undermanned that tournament. Offensively, we lost 3 receivers, so we were shorthanded. It was an unbelievable performance, and NFA tried to take that away from our kids. How did they try to take it away from our kids? 3 or 4 minutes after we were celebrating, I had tears in my eyes because I was amazed at the resilience and the toughness that our kids showed that tournament. It was unbelievable. The refs come and get me. Bill comes and gets me from NFA and says, you got to run another play. I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? He said, you were in an illegal formation. I go, oh, hell no. They pull me in right behind where we snapped the ball, the tee at the 40-yard line. I'm pointing to all the media. I'm like, you all heard me say it. I literally told them where to line up. I told them not to move, not to breathe, not to scratch their nose. Twice. The game is over. They argued with me. They made us run another play. Because if we didn't convert a 3rd and 15, the hardest play in 7-on-7, the game's going into overtime. But if we tried to convert and threw an interception, we would have lost. But the fact that they cheated, they said we were in illegal formation. Now this is the worst part. There's film on that game. What happened was the ref that called the play, called the illegal formation, was bullshitting on the 20-yard line with Cam's coaches. Cam was on the 40-yard line looking at me, squatting down with his hands over his head because he knew we beat him again, twice in 2 years for a national championship. So as soon as the play was done, he got up, ran over to the ref at the 20-yard line, must have been in his pocket, because then that ref walked to the center head ref, and 3 minutes later we get called back because that ref said we were in illegal formation. The video shows he wasn't paying attention. He was jacking around with another coach, joking around, laughing. You could see it on film, and then they made us do that. Do I care for me? No, I don't care for me. But they tried to take that away from our kids that overcame so much in that tournament. One of my proudest moments as a boom coach. Man, that still gets me this day. That's wrong. NFA, that's chicken shit. And I've never forgiven it. Corey, Bill, you know I've mentioned this. That isn't going away because that's wrong. And to top it off, even if we were in illegal formation, the clock should have been run down. The game ends on an offensive penalty. They didn't even get the rule right. Shouldn't have had to make another play.
We're not calling for anything other than change, right? You can sit here. We tell our kids at the beginning of the season that they're only going to progress and get better as the season goes on, right? NFA, you've had 10 years to progress and get better, but yet we keep talking about the same things over and over from year to year. And that goes for any association. You have to get better. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. You're in customer service. That's what this industry is when it comes down to it, right? So you'll get fired if you don't get better. If you get a complaint and you don't address that complaint appropriately, you'll get fired. That's what happens. We're asking for change. We're asking for you to get better. We ask our kids to get better. All the athletes we ever come encounter with, we ask them to get better every single rep, every single practice. Every tournament, you should be getting better. We ask that you do that and take accountability if you make a mistake. And if you make a mistake, you got to hold yourselves liable. And if another coach or another program cheats or illegally breaks rules, you have to make that judgment and you have to make it quick. Just like you've proven in the past where you've thrown teams out in the middle of tournaments, no hesitation at all. But then we bring you proof and evidence to the matter, and it takes weeks to make this decision. Weeks. And then it's a neutral, mutual vacation of the championship, robbing that experience away from kids that deserve it, that did it legally. When you strip away all the emotions that you see on this film and you really get to the root cause of it all, it's really a scream and a shout for change across the whole entire platform. So if you're another association that's watching this, you have to get better. You have to offer a better experience, whether it's refs, whether it's fields, whether it's just teams, and making sure that we're taking care of people security-wise. That's important. This is youth athletics when it's all broken down. So do what's right for the youth. Do what's right for the kids.
They
That's
gotta
what we're
want.
asking.
They gotta want to change.
You got to want to do it. You can't just sit on it every year and just look at it as, hey, it's a money grab, man. Hey, cool, we're just going to do the same thing. That's what we've been doing for years. It doesn't work that way. If we did what we did for years, we would have a quarter of these trophies. If we just sat in the first 4 years, we're like, hey, we're good enough. Let's just continue with that. We won't have this. You won't have teams if you don't continue to progress. There's constantly people coming up with new 7-on-7 organizations. Constantly coming up with new tournament directors, new tournament platforms. But the old heads want to sit pat. It doesn't work. It's going to pass you up. The game is going to pass you up. Get better. That's what it breaks down to. Here's reality. Get better. We're asking for the same thing across the board. Be consistent. Consistency is key here in your rulings, in your offerings, and what you do for these kids. Be consistent.
How about the lack of control? The lack of control from the organizations with the refs that escalate into fighting. We've been at this, 10 years. We have seen so many fights, and they all happen the same way. It's because the organizations don't support the refs don't support the game, the refs let the roughness go on during the game, okay, or the taunting directly in people's faces. There's no place for that. That escalates into fighting. Kids need to have fun. They need to celebrate. They need to cheer, they need to chant, but they do it amongst themselves. I've seen it time and time again where the organization doesn't care enough to tell the refs, you need to crack down on that so it doesn't escalate to be a fight. And NFA, there's more fights than anywhere I've seen. The same year we won a national championship, we played a team named Gift for Guidance. Gift needs guidance. Give something guidance. They need guidance. And they were taking cheap shots, and I warned the refs at the beginning of the game, and we were whooping their ass. And I warned the ref at the beginning of the game 2 times. I said, if you don't knock this off right now, this is going to escalate into a fight. And what happened? At the end of the game, with less than 2 minutes left and we were up by 3 touchdowns, their kids just swung on our kids. Out of the blue, just cold cocked one of our kids. Another kid jumped over, hit another kid. Why? The refs did nothing about it that whole game. They let it escalate. That's the kind of crap that goes on time and time again. That's what the change we need. That's part of the change. Be better. Do it right. It's not that hard. Make a commitment to doing it right. Don't let it instigate. Be better. Make that change. And right after, they actually seeded us against Gift Needs Guidance in the first round of the tournament when they could have adjusted that easily. They make those slide 1 or 2 spot adjustments so teams, in conflict or teams in the same organization don't have to play each other in the first round. We understand that. And they didn't. That means they had no respect for what happened. They showed no remorse that it happened. They didn't care. It's a business. We're just going to do it. Oh, that's the way it is. Sorry, you just need to play them. We were ready to pull out of that tournament on principle. The year we won it, the story I just described earlier was the same year we won a national championship. And at the end, Bill goes, "Aren't you glad you didn't back out?" I said, "No." He goes, "Aren't you glad we didn't kick you out?" I'm like, if you thought we deserved to be kicked out, if we instigated that fight, then I think you should have kicked us out. We didn't instigate the fight, Bill. That's a false statement. But I would have supported it if we instigated the fight. There's no room in that. No room in the organization. No room in NFA organization, no room in any organization to allow that. That gets me heated as well. Because we do this for the kids and the development of the kids. We teach our kids how to pay attention to detail, to put in the hard work, do things the right way, work their butts off to try to be better, to get better, to grind. How much attention to detail matters. There's a reason why we got all that hardware back there. And it ain't because we're lucky and it ain't because we're just good. There's a lot that goes into that recipe. Secret sauce.
We were hurt by the decision of NFA recently, and that's what started all this. They could have done the right way and avoided everything. But now we're calling change. Now we're calling for change in the game. As the best organization on 7-on-7, we have the ability and the platform to help make this change. And we wouldn't be doing all right. We wouldn't be one of the OGs in the game if we didn't take that pride in doing that. So we're calling for change. And sometimes it takes drastic measures. And that's where we're at.
Corey saw one of a coach has pushed one of our players. What did he do?
Nothing.
Oh, because he is incompetent.
Corey.
And then when you go to Bill, Bill's just like, well, gosh, Elliot.
His goofy ass. Bill's goofy
Bill's
ass.
goofy ass. Well, gosh, Elliot, if you weren't with a camera in your hand, that team probably wouldn't have jumped you. Gosh, Elliot, if you wouldn't have had your parents distract us, I could have made the right call. Gosh, Elliot, you can't be talking like that and expect us to be hit. Gosh.
The disrespect from NFA, the disrespect from Corey and Bill. We expect these bum-ass teams that is coming out of nowhere, that's fighting and crawling and scratching to try to make a name for themselves. We expect you to do exactly that. But what we don't expect is the organizations that we support and that we participate in and that we come and we bring our marketing ability to on the ticket every tournament. It's like a level of respect that we're not getting from you guys, and unfortunately, you got to get fired. We got to protect our kids. You're not protecting our kids. Why are our kids fighting after we lost?
Exactly. Wow. They have tears in their eyes.
So why do we have to fight after we lost because another team hates Boom that much? If you couldn't control the crowd, you couldn't resolve the conflict, you couldn't get their team back and just allow them to celebrate, and you have the nerve to say it takes time to do a working investigation. They had
With
3 illegal
video
kids.
Proof, tweet proof.
We wouldn't even known that had they not tagged us on Twitter.
Thank you for doing that, Unsigned Preps. It is our due diligence. It is our
Going into
mission.
season 10, we will not tolerate any disrespect.
None. And we are going to better the 7-on-7 world.
Exactly.
And to
Thought
expose
leaders.
some people, we have to. If we have to, because a lot of these younger teams, it's blind leading the blind. They're just going wherever. They're trying to do whatever Boom says, so they don't know any better because no one has told them. You can't expect someone that doesn't know anything to know something unless you tell them and show them. So it is our duty going into season 10 as the best 7v7 team to ever play the game.
As
it is
the
our
leaders.
duty to grow this sport the right way. And if there's somebody involved in this world that is not doing it the right way, we got to squash you out like a bug. We got to hold you under the water and not let you up, not let you get breath. And for what NFA has done year in and year out and still allowed to be in existence and still allowed to be in this 7v7 community that we care so much about, it's time to make a change.
Cross us and you get crossed out. Pack it up, NFA.
We will no longer do NFA. Stay tuned for the biggest tournament in the Midwest. And you'll know the date because it's going to be the same date as No Fighting Allowed Rockford. So if you want to fight and if you want boxing classes, you sign up for NFA Rockford. If you want to get better at football and compete against the best athletes in the nation, you come to this tournament. And with that said, every week we get somebody from all over the country saying, hey, Coach JR, hey, Coach Elliott, we really respect what you do. You are the leaders in the 7v7 game. We look up to you. And when you look up to somebody, if you want to be the best at something, if I want to be the best wide receiver, no slight to anybody else, I'm watching Jerry Rice. Exactly. You don't watch a receiver from a D4 school, Billy Blank, and say, I won't be like him because you're going to be a bum. So you look to the greatness. And everybody contacts Boom when they want to start a 7v7 organization or when they want to grow. So we get asked every time, what type of tournaments do we do? How do we grow? How do we get sponsorships? How do we practice? So part of this video and part of it moving forward is just to answer all the questions and to help the 7-on-7 sport grow. Because we believe it is a vessel. It is a vessel. It's a teaching tool to not only create great athletes, but great men. We use 7-on-7 as an avenue. So what we say matters. And for all those up-and-coming 7v7 programs that are in it for the right way, we got your back. I will do whatever it takes for this growth, for something I've dedicated 10 years of my life to, something that I believe so much in. Do you think Competent Corey cares about NFA? No, he cares about a paycheck. You think Backyard Bill cares about NFA? No, he cares about a paycheck. You think IMG cares about 7v7? No, they care about a paycheck. They care about getting kids to their tournament so they can cherry pluck.
They cherry pick
Cherry pluck. And IMG, if you're listening, now that the NIL has set forth, we can expose some situations about IMG. We can expose some situations that we know went down. Buckle up.
Cross us.
Strap
and
up
get
your
crossed
boots.
out.
Strap them up. Bow tie them under the alley.
It's boom versus everybody. We've been saying it for years. You need to understand that. So you with us or against us?
So stay tuned. Once a month, you're going to get this, the expose, accent mark expose. This is not exposure. This is not exposed. This is an expose with an accent mark. Stay tuned to next month. Stay tuned as we progress and continue to educate and grow the sport that we love.
We're not doing this for us. We're doing this for the kids. We're doing this for the football community. We're doing this to make people better people. And there's a lot of lessons that can be learned through the catastrophic failures of NFA, Payan.
See you next month. Tick, tick! Boom!
I had a kid tell me he's going to kick my ass today.
Well, you're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.